Friday at pregame.com. This is Johnny Detroit. Let's get right into the action. What's going on at pregame? One thing you want to do, Marco D'Angelo, multiple props to you. We'll get to the rest of the props later in the video. Is he does a daily piece of content that's posted daily in the forums called Betting First Look. 4-0 run. Two of those games actually are underdogs that combined covered the spread by a 41.5-point margin. So props to the big guy, absolutely free. Marco probably does as much, if not more, than anyone at pregame in terms of free content. He does podcasts, he does videos, he does forum posts. You name it, he does it. Also, speaking of videos, over at pregame.tv, there's a great video headlined by Brian Leonard breaking down the Creighton, Illinois State game. Also, New Orleans Saints, San Francisco 49ers, and the Denver Broncos, New England Patriots, where you get to listen to RJ and Marco cry about the Pittsburgh Steelers, the greatest team in history. It's the best sports franchise ever. We love them. Tebow took them out, and you could listen to them cry about that. Also, they have the Giants and Packers up, where Marco actually gives the best bet in that one. And also another props out to Gil Alexander. The dude has multiple things that he's number one at pregame. He has the nicest hair. He has the brightest teeth. He has that announcer voice. And his NFL Mega Cast this week with Micah Roberts is amazing. I don't know if you listen to it. It's one of the most listened to things at pregame. And if you do not listen to Gil's podcast, you're definitely missing out. You can get to that either from the homepage or anywhere on pregame just by clicking the podcast button in the nav. So definitely take a look at that. So on to the good, the bad, and the ugly. Once again, props to Marco D'Angelo. His big play was Idaho. Looked a little scary early. I think they were down 9.5. They came back to win in OT. Andre Gomez back on the winning track. 6 plays, wins 4 of the 6, including his 2-star best bet. Denver money, 3-2, but his 2 games that won were his big 2 stars. So even though he only went 3-2, it was actually a big day for him. And yesterday I did discount his NHL package. So check out Denver Money's page. While everyone else is focusing on the NFL playoffs and basketball, Denver Money just keeps knocking out winners on the ice. Shake and Bake, the other day, had a horrible day. Gave him a little anti-plug, I guess you'd call it. So what does he do yesterday? 4-2, wins 4 of his 6. Props to you, Shake and Bake. Yesterday I had my 3-star underdog game of the week. Wisconsin got a little scary at the end, but they win outright on the road. Joe Gavazzi had 9 plays. He wins 6 of them, including his big 3-star. And Steven Nover wins his big 3-star. Now the half full, half empty. Lenny Dilgeni overall got rolled yesterday, but he did hit his big 3-star. And Vegas Runner goes 2-1, but the game he lost was his 3-star. So I guess it's how you look at it in terms of that. Larry Ness lost his game of the year in the conference game of the year. I'm sorry, Larry. Conference game of the year on Cal. Ben Burns, horrible day for him, including a big loser. He had the LA Kings minus 145. So when you're doing triple dimes, laying minus 145, it's a tough one to come back from. Dave Essler, 2-5, and he dropped his 3-star tough day for Super Dave. So who am I looking at today? My man J.R. O'Donnell. The dude, too cool for school. J.R. always thinks it's funny that I rag on him all the time. But J.R. hit his 3-star game of the week. 4-0 run, 42 and 27 runs, 61%. He has his 3-star game of the week going today. Marco D'Angelo, 16 of his last 22. So 16-6 run. He has an NBA game of the week. I'm looking at both of those gentlemen. Also, Brian Leonard has his NFL game of the year up, and it's on a key number. So take advantage of that before all the public money starts hitting it and all the sharp money comes in, and you could lose some value. My slash today is Rocky Atkins. He split yesterday, but he is 60% in college basketball over the last 4 years. He's not overly flamboyant. Looks like he's like 15 in his pitcher. But Rocky's been in this business for a long time, and I've actually known him probably longer than most people that I know in this industry. And he's a very legit dude, handicapper. You know, late at night I was talking to him, and he was handicapping the games for today already. So he's a legitimate cat. little under the radar, so I'm slashing him today, showing him some love. My 3-day slash is going to be Brian Leonard, and what that is a 3-day weekend handicapper, is you get all of Brian's plays Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for a discounted price that goes down late tonight, so you definitely want to take advantage of that, especially if you're going to jump on his game of the year. You get all of his plays Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all access, every play, regardless how big or small, for one low price. So we're moving over to the free selections in twofold. First, J.R. O'Donnell. Once again, he has his 3-star Friday game of the week. He likes under in the Florida and Pittsburgh game, under 5 in the NHL. Doesn't really give detailed analysis, but he has this game power rated at a 4.21, so to him it's an immediate play on the under. Over to the streaks in my pick section where you could reach by clicking streaks with anywhere within the pregame area or on the homepage. D Hayes 2, 7-0 run. D Hayes 2, props to you. A member direct from the pregame community. He likes the New Jersey Nets. Another thing I want to start doing is every single day I want to end with a tip from JD. And looking at the games today, and I was on Fox Sports Georgia and we were talking the playoffs, and the topic of teasers, I was talking with someone actually late last night on Instant Message when they were talking about teasing the games this weekend. Teasing the NFL, unless you're going through key numbers, is an automatic waste. And just to kind of explain, and I got about 15 seconds before I got to cut this close. If you're getting even money on a 6-point teaser, you need to hit 70.7% cover to break even. At minus 110, 72.4 is the ballpark where you need to be profitable. The only teasers this weekend that are profitable are taking minus 7.5 down to minus 1.5. As historically in those spots, it hits about 76.2. If you get into games at 7.5, teasing them down with lower totals or higher totals, that could fluctuate, but we got 15 seconds, so I'm not going to break that down. Which is blanket taking home teams, minus 7.5, teasing them down so you're getting through 7 and the 3. You're hitting about 76.2% lifetime. Many people also argue that lines in the playoffs are a lot more sharper, so that number could actually be a little bit higher. I just did blanket NFL over the last 20 years. So once again, if you're thinking of teasing totals this weekend, don't do it. If you're thinking of teasing any teams besides the teams at the 7.5 at home, don't do it. So from Johnny Detroit to all of you, I appreciate everyone watching, and I will be back tomorrow on Saturday.